Brian, thank you, by the way, for your availability.
No problem.
No scoring in either match against Louisville or Detroit. Any concern so far, given some of the problems we had last year?
No, I mean, again, right? I was super happy with our performance against Detroit. We made a lot. We're changing the teams up at halftime. We have different guys in there. Probably should have put 4 away against Detroit, but it will come. Right? We've set the game model in certain areas, and we'll focus more on the final third. But the opportunities are there. So I was super pleased with our Detroit game.
Does losing in preseason matter at all, or is it just part of the process?
You want to keep a winning culture, right? And I'm big on that. But it's also, for me, the biggest thing on preseason is to set our game and not get injuries. And to knock on wood, we've been pretty successful with that. We had precautions on certain players that we want to be smart with. We want to get certain guys certain minutes. We want to limit guys certain minutes based on how they're feeling. So to answer your question, there's a little bit of yes and a little bit of no in that. And we know how certain parts of the game are going to turn out based on what we have available at certain times. The games where we've played and we've had guys available, I've been super pleased with it.
When we spoke a couple of months ago, I asked a bit about cohesion. Where are you at in that process now as far as the team? I know you changed a lot of the roster in the offseason.
I think we've made big strides in the last week, right? I think the opening minutes in our first game against Louisville, you could see, okay, this was a lot of new pieces together, and I've seen a lot of strides, and I'm happy. Like I said, I'm happy where we are, and we're finding out a lot about ourselves and about individuals. So I'm pleased. I think we're at a very good place of where I wanted to be and the team wanted to be right now.
I know that obviously the match against Hartford is probably the big focus right now, but you do have another local rivalry that you're going to be kicking off at the end of March against the Bravos. What's your perspective on that match? It comes at kind of an awkward spot because you're 3 matches into the season at that point. How much are you going to focus on that? What's going to be your approach going into that match?
Well, I think it's good for the community and the Borderplex. I think it's a game that's that a lot of people wanted to see for a long amount of time. Obviously, for us, we want to focus on our season as well, but we're in the entertainment business. I've said this before, so we want to make sure that we have a good showing. And like I said, we need to keep our guys healthy, but I think it will be a good opportunity for our community here and good for our fans to see us match up against a League of Mexi's club.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.